good, you guys? It's your boy Raheem the Dream, and thank you so much for watching another episode of Hood Dreams TV. On today's episode, we are reacting to part 2 reunion of Chasing Dallas. And if you're new to my channel, Jumbo, I'm so happy to have you. Please make sure that you do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. Also, make sure that you hit the like button and share this video to your social media with all of your friends and family. So without further ado, we're going to just go ahead and jump right into the part 2, picking up where we left off the previous week. And on the previous week, we left off with Astro, just yelling and, oh, that's favoritism and blah, blah, blah. Just yelling over Jet Jeff and people trying to, show like favoritism towards Jet Jeff, or not favoritism, but like he said that they were kind of like coddling Jet Jeff, and I don't see how, but so that's where they left off at. And as always, I do have some notes that I take in my backup phone, so it will definitely be a lot of references. A lot of looking down at the phone. So we start off, let me see, Robert is telling Astro that he has to respect Jet Jeff's feelings on why Jeff feels some type of way about Astro, basically like talking shit about Jet Jeff's rapping or improvement of his rapping in front of the other people, because he didn't have to do that in front of everybody. He could have did that one-on-one. He did not have to say that in front of everybody. And when Robert tells Astro that, Astro says, okay, he gets it, and he that Jet Jeff's feelings are valid. The whole time they're saying that Seven just kept saying next question, Tamika, but nobody was really even paying Seven any attention while he was saying it. It really felt like he was trying to have a moment by copying Jocelyn Hernandez with the next question, Tamika. Like, I really look at me getting tongue-tied. I really hate when I watch like these web series and all these gays are just recycling material from another TV show. Like Buy Wig or Next Question, Tamika. Like, come up with some original shit. Like, don't be reciting lines that you heard on another TV show. But, yeah, nobody was even really paying Seven any attention when he just kept saying, next question, Tamika. But, yeah, like I said, everybody was ignoring him. Next, Kesey jumps in, and he says that he has a question. Finally, Kesey has something to say. And even Seven was like, yeah, talk, since you so boring, quote, unquote. And he said that not being funny towards Kesey, but he's saying that like as in a joking way, because the fans, and not only the fans, but some of the castmates say that Kesey's boring or he's too quiet. And so, yeah, he has something to say. And Kesey then asks Jet Jeff why, when he and Astro made up at the cabin trip, why did Jet Jeff go back home, and why did why when Jet Jeff went back home did he tell Sean that he and Astro had problems, were having problems? I cannot talk today. Lord have mercy, y'all. I work in a call center where I'm making outbound calls all day long. That's my full-time job. So my mouth is just, it's tired. But we're gonna get this video done. Let me see. Yeah, so Kesey wants to know, why did Jet Jeff go back and tell Sean that he and Astro were having problems when they had already squashed it at the cabin trip? And that was the one thing that Jet Jeff Jet Jeff pretty much says that he should not have done that. That was, I guess, like a regret of his. And he says that that was his fault and he shouldn't have done that. Next, Jen asks Astro if he is jealous of Jet Jeff. And Astro says no, and that he is very proud of Jet Jeff. And he then went on to explain why he goes in on Jet Jeff the way he does. And I can't remember verbatim what he was saying, because the shit that he was saying, it really didn't make sense. But to pretty much sum up, like in other words, the reason why he's treating Jet Jeff this way is because he says that there's pretty much like a certain way that you have to be when you're a hip-hop artist, or a certain way that you have to carry yourself to be a hip-hop artist. And when he said that, I was like, what do you mean there's a certain way you have to be, or a certain way you have to act or carry yourself? Because if that's the case, none of y'all on that show would be a hip-hop artist, because the hip-hop artists, the trap rappers and shit, who that's what you really think of when you think of rap, they wouldn't consider none of y'all to qualify, because y'all are all gay and y'all are all feminine acting. So, and flamboyant, especially you, Astro. So if Jet Jeff doesn't qualify to be a hip-hop artist, then you also do not qualify to be a hip-hop artist to somebody else. Like, who died and made you the king and said that you set the rules on what a hip-hop artist is? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Have several seats. Yeah. So let me see. Matter of fact, the only person who would possibly get a pass as a hip hop artist out of the four of y'all is Kesey, because he's so quiet and he is not that flamboyant. But the other three, Astro, Jet Jeff, and Seven, are very flamboyant. They are very gay. I mean, there's gay and then there's very gay. And the three of them are very gay. Let me see. And that's no shade. I'm just saying, if you want to sit there and make the rules on who can be hip-hop and who can't be hip-hop, the three of y'all don't qualify if you want to go by those standards. And Kesey neither, because he's technically gay, even though he's not as flamboyant as the other three. Let me see. Next, Jen, the host, she gets messy a little bit, and she asks Astro, why does he go around telling people that he is a teacher if he did not go to college and if he did not get a degree? Astro, he was like, oh, you ate me up with that. You ate me up. Because she was being messy and she did eat him up a little bit. Well, she tried to anyway. But he says that he did, in fact, go to college, but he did not finish. And he is a teacher. He's a preschool teacher. So, I mean, technically, he's not lying. But when you think of teacher, you don't automatically assume preschool teacher. I mean, you assume a teacher of a child that is older than preschool, but he told no lies. A preschool teacher is still a teacher. And he said that you do not have to have a degree to be a preschool teacher. And you did not have to have graduated college to be a preschool teacher. And he also, not reiterates, but he also says that he is not like an assistant teacher. He is the head teacher. He has his own class. And I was like, oh, okay, that's a fun fact to know. Did not know that. So, you know, shout out to Astro being a teacher. However, I wonder, with him being a preschool teacher specifically, I wonder if like the school administration team if they know about him being on this show, and if they watch the show, or if it's ever been brought up at school, and if they condone Astro's behavior the way that he conducts himself on this show. He hasn't really been too problematic. I would say Astro has not been more problematic than Seven has, with making like colorist quotes and seeming prejudice and stuff, but he has definitely had his fair share of being in the messiness. And I don't know any messy teachers, but I mean, I guess you can't get fired from a teaching job just because you're messy, I guess. But I would love to be a fly on the wall with Astro in the principal's office, and the principal being like, okay, we need you to start representing us better and stop being so damn messy. But anyway, we're moving on to the next topic. Oh, okay. So Marquise, he is then asked why he went back and told Seven and Kesey about the conversation that he had with Jet and Jeff. And in that conversation, Jeff was just like giving his opinion on Seven and Kesey's relationship, and pretty much Marquise asked Jeff his opinion, and then he went to them people and told them what he said. So it's not like Jeff just randomly just started blurting out, hey, this is how I feel about Seven and Kesey. He was asked his opinion, and then Marquise's messy ass went and told them what was said. And so Marquise's response, he said a lot, but just to sum up what he said is, he said that, being messy pretty much makes good TV. He was just trying to give the fans good TV. And he also stated that he feels like after seeing the whole season back and all of his shenanigans that he pulled, he feels that he did give good TV. And he also feels that the fans know who he is now, and they will remember who he is. So, I guess the pot stirrer is definitely okay with how he behaved. And yeah, that's all I have on that. Next, Astro and Marquise are asked about their sexual relationship. Jen asks them about it, and they play dumb. Well, not dumb, but they decide to not confirm nor deny that they had a sexual relationship. And Astro is pretty much like, a good hoe don't tell. You know what they say about like don't kiss and tell. Astro like, a good hoe don't tell. So they decided not to confirm or deny, and since they don't want to confirm or deny, I agree with Jen, the host. And what she said was that not answering the question is answering the question. So if you won't deny that y'all didn't hook up, then by not saying we didn't hook up, we're forced to believe that you did hook up. So, okay, thanks for keeping your mouth shut. We believe y'all hooked up. Let me see. Next, Jen asks Kesey about the fans calling him boring and how he feels about it, and he pretty much doesn't feel no type of way about it. Jennifer tells him that the fans want to see more from him and want more from him, and he's like, well, they're not getting it. He was like, I'm an energy type of person, and if I'm not feeling your energy, then I'm not going to give you all of me. And I don't know what that has to do with the fans. I mean, I definitely get what he's saying about energy and stuff like that. But even outside of doing like one-on-one scenes with a person that you dislike, You could have brought that energy with Seven when you would do scenes with Seven, because even when you're with Seven, you're still kind of quiet. Your tone is still low and down here, and it's not like upbeat energy. And I'm pretty sure behind cameras, you probably lit as hell. You probably be twerking on the couch, and when you were around your friends, you probably lit as hell. But the way you come off on camera is just like this real quiet, shy type of person. And Seven even said it. Seven is like, no, Kesey is lit for real, for real. So, though what you said about the energy, you perk up when you're not around like negative energy, you should have done that. You should have done that. The fans wanted to see it, and you said that you wasn't going to show the fans that. So it's good that you're deciding to just go on ahead. You will be missed because you are one of the non-problematic ones of the group. You would definitely be missed, but yeah, it's time for you to go ahead and, pass us your badge, and yeah, hit the dough, Jack. We'll follow you on social media. Make sure that we keeping up with all the things that you're doing. And it's been so nice. So nice. And so next, they call Ariel, or Robert calls Ariel on the phone and passes it to Jen. Jen says hello and that she wishes that she could have met Ariel in person. And she asks why. Let me see. Oh, so they start asking her about like the mental issues that she was having on the season, and the issue that she had with Markel. And if you guys can remember, there was that scene, probably episode 4 or 5, where Ariel and the OGs, they went and they sat down at a table. And I mean, they brought most of the OGs back, like even the old producer Reese, and he was very problematic. He actually reminds me of one of my producers on my show. Oh my gosh, honey. Ooh, I hope he gets better. But they even brought Reese back. And she pretty much does not like Reese, and she was basically stating that once she got to that sit down at the table, she felt like she was being bamboozled, or she was caught off guard, and felt like they were trying to play with her, because when they did get there, not only did she see Reese, but there was just a bunch of drama and stuff happening at that table, and a bunch of negativity and back and forths happening, and she just wasn't here for it. She felt like she was being played with, and she said she had just spoken to the producer Markel a week prior to that sit down at the table. And so I guess when she got there, she didn't know Reese was going to be there. She didn't know that it was going to be a sit down full of drama and negativity. And so, yeah, she had a little breakdown moment. Let me see. So next, Jen asks Seven and Kesey about why they had such an issue with Jet asking about their relationship. And Kesey says it's because it doesn't, he said, because why does it matter? Why does our relationship matter to you? And Seven says that his main issue is, why is Jet asking the same question twice? Because apparently Jet asked Kesey first, which he did. Kesey gave him an answer, and then after he asked Kesey, he went to the other partner, Seven, and asked Seven the same question too. And Seven was like, why are you asking the same questions twice? The same question twice. Did you think that you were going to get two different responses? And so that was Seven's main issue. Let me see. And Jet's response is that the reason why he asked it twice was because Robert told him to say something to Seven. Because apparently he said that Robert was like, don't you got something you need to say to Seven? And then that's when he said it to Seven. So Robert, he did chime in. He was like, yes, it was me. I told him to say something. And even when Robert said that, it just still seemed like they were still trying to go in on Jet Jeff. Even that's what I don't be liking about this cast, because give Robert that same energy. If Robert say it was me, they will skip over Robert and they will take it back to Jet Jeff and still keep giving Jet Jeff hell. But Robert would be like, it was me. Like, y'all can argue with me. And they be like, no, we're not about to argue with you, Robert. We're going to keep arguing with Jet. Like, are they scared of Robert? I don't know why. But I like Robert, but yeah, I don't know why they're scared of him. He doesn't seem intimidating in any way at all. Let me see. But what I will say though is that Seven kept throwing shots at Jet Jeff, and Jet Jeff was throwing shots back. Jet Jeff was not playing with Seven. Seven was yelling at him, and Jet Jeff was like, I can get loud back. I can get loud too. And I guess Seven was like, okay, he's starting to perk up a little bit. Okay. Yeah. So next, Jennifer then asks Seven and JC about the prejudice comments. And Seven says that he never called Jeff Selena. He says that he called Jeff Yolanda. And if you guys know who Yolanda is, like, that really was no better. Yolanda was Selena's manager, I believe. She was the manager. She was a big, I think Mexican lady who shot and killed Selena. And so when he said, I didn't call her Selena, call Jet Jeff Selena, I called Jet Jeff Yolanda, I was like, okay, like, they're calling him either one of those names is an issue, because number one, Jet Jeff is not Mexican. He is Peruvian. And then, even if he was Mexican, to equate Jet Jeff to being anything like a killer is problematic, sir. You're dramatic. You're being dramatic for no reason. I got stuff popping up on the screen. Okay, yeah, you're being dramatic for no reason. Why did you have to equate him to being the same as a killer? But anyway, and then JC doubled down and he was like, what was he saying? He was like, I don't think I called him J-Lo. What I did was I was trying to reference, like, y'all should do a song the way J-Lo and Ja Rule did, because apparently J-Lo, Spanish, Mexican, whatever, and Ja Rule, black hip hop, which that is not what he said, and that is not how he meant it in that moment. Like, now you're lying, and now you're insulting Jet Jeff's intelligence, and you're also insulting the intelligence of the viewers that watched you say that to him and that are watching you say this bullshit now. You can see the wheel in his head just spinning, just trying to think of something. But that's not what you said, and that's not what you meant. You said and you meant exactly what you said and what you meant. But he did apologize, and then he also said he was drunk. And you know what they say about a drunk person never tells a lie. So I feel like that's what you really feel about Jet Jeff, but hey, to each his own. And Robert did chime in. He said, I did tell JC that same night at the cabin trip to stop calling him Jet Jeff Selena, because he was like, it was even making me feel some type of way, and I told JC to stop calling him that. And so I'm glad somebody stuck up for Jet Jeff. Next, JC, he did give Jet Jeff a little bit of praise and saying that out of the four rap artists on the show, he feels that Seven and Jet Jeff are the top two. And he was like, he has amazing music video visuals, and his music, he has good music. So I was like, okay, well, thanks for acknowledging that he's a good artist, even though you did call him J-Lo. But let me see. Next, Seven, he asks Jet Jeff if he feels that he is prejudiced. And Jet Jeff said no. He was like, I don't feel that you're prejudiced, which I don't know how Jet Jeff does not feel that way. But he did acknowledge that he said that Seven called him beady beady bum bum, which, hello, prejudice. And he also told Seven that Seven be saying some messed up stuff in his confessionals, which he did. But he does not feel that Seven is prejudiced. So, okay, I guess if the person that you offended doesn't feel offended, then who am I to be offended for them? I had to deal with that on my show too, guys. You guys make sure that you subscribe to the Blue Light TV page on YouTube and keep up with On the Rise Charlotte coming out and premiering in August. I'll be giving you guys more details, but yeah, our show is dropping very soon. Next, they do a little bit more talking, and Jen tries to get them to move on, and Jet tells Seven that they don't have to. So Jen tries to actually, let me cut that. Jen actually tries to get them to, let bygones be bygones and smooth everything over, and for them to just be cool. And Seven was like, I'm cool, with, starting over and what's his name? Jeff, he was like, we don't have to do all that. He was like, I feel like even if you say that you want to be cool, after we leave here today, you're still going to go and be talking shit about me and telling people that you hate me and blah, blah, blah. So he was like, we don't have to be cool if you really don't want to be cool. Don't just say that we're going to be cool if that's not how you really feel. And so after Jeff told him that, Seven corrected himself. He was like, you know what? You're right. He was like, I don't like you, Jeff. He was like, you are never somebody that I would ever have in my circle. And I honestly do not like you at all. He was like, I think you make great music. You're a good artist, but I do not like you. Now, I don't know if he said that he's still interested in being cool, but just that alone, that lets me know, the door is closed. Thank you for your services. And so, good. And then also when he was saying that he did call Sean, he called Sean a big back. And so I was like, that's kind of fucked up. You calling Sean big back and he not even here, because Sean is going to eat you the fuck up when he see that. But then last, the very last part, Seven did say that he feels like Jet Jeff is coming up off of his culture, black culture, because Jet Jeff is a rapper. Which when he said that, I was like, here we go again with this same bullshit. How do you feel that rap is yours? Because rap is not just for black people. It's definitely for Hispanic people, Latino people, pretty much everybody but white. So stop saying that. Like, you sound ignorant when you say shit like that. But and when he said that, I thought about all the, Hispanic, Latino, and other race rappers who do rap, and I was like, okay, so he's all of y'all. This guy Seven, he's talking to y'all as well. Pitbull, rapper Pitbull, Sean Paul. He even talking to the white man Eminem. Like, if you can say all this shit to Jeff, I would love for you to say that to these other men who are big rappers in today's society and successful rappers, and the list goes on. There's way more. But yeah, like Cardi B as well. Cardi B. But yeah, that was pretty much the end of it. They take turns going around. Jen takes turns going around asking everybody if they want to come back the next season, if they would come back. Robert and Ariel, they did state, well, Robert at least stated that if invited back, he probably would come back the next season. Ariel said that she would answer the phone if they called her, so I guess she's open to it. JC, he says that contractually he is obligated to work on another project, so he can't come back. And I don't know if they asked the other guys actually if they wanted to come back or not, but they ended it like that, or at least that's where I checked out. So that's the end of Chasing Dallas. And if you guys enjoyed my recap / review of part 2 of Chasing Dallas Reunion, please make sure that you give this video a subscribe, a like, and share this video. But until the next video, it is your boy Raheem the Dream, and thank you so much for watching another episode of Hood Dreams TV. Anymore. So take it. I don't wanna take no